Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Kyle from the Fantasy Phenom. First and foremost, I want to apologize for not getting a show in last night. Storm destroyed my internet. I apologize about that. But I'm back. I just got out of jury duty. Went much longer than I anticipated. We already got news coming out. Let's knock a couple things out. First of all, I know we're going to have some haters in here, so do your little dislike thing, and then we'll move on with the show. The rest of you, thank you for joining. And let's get this shit going. Excuse me, I'm going to be eating some soup during the show. Go ahead and leave your comments telling me that's unprofessional. That's okay. My ass is hungry, so I'm going to make sure I do that. And then this isn't going to be your standard format because I am going to be updating projections as I do this show on my other computer. So I'm going to be kind of going back and forth here as I break down these games. I'm looking at news. I found out Kevin Love is out. What's his name? Larry Nance is out. Huge news came out today. Larry Nance is out today. So, really excited about that. Or no, he's out tomorrow. Lakers don't even play today. Yeah, so I saw that. Really excited. Let's see if let me see if I can catch up on any other injury news as I'm doing this. Let's see. So Kevin Love out. Tyson Chandler is still a game time decision. Doesn't look like anything's coming out of that Dallas-Miami game right now. Kristaps, have we heard about him? Slated to have an MRI today. I can't imagine he'll be playing today. Joakim Noah. Also undergoing an MRI today. It looks like he is not. I doubt he plays today. We just go ahead and get that one out of there. Denver, San Antonio. Wilson Chandler is out. Darrell Arthur is out. Gallo is questionable. Going to test the ankle during warmups. Jokic, do we have anything on him? Considered probable. He had a nice game against the Spurs last time. Obviously, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul are out. That puts Austin Rivers and Raymond Felton in line. I'm eating some soup, man. It was the quickest thing I could get in the microwave and on. Or I had some in the fridge already, so I was like, all right, while I set up the show, heat up some soup and get rolling. All right, let's break down these point guards real quick. Obviously, only a 5-game slate today, nothing too crazy. From the Dallas-Miami game, I'm not really looking at either point guard. I'm just really not a fan. Both teams are pretty good against point guards. Miami's been actually pretty terrible as late, so I guess you can say Deron Williams is in play. Tony Parker is my sneaky play for tonight, if you want to consider him sneaky. I know a lot of people are going to be actually. I don't know if a lot of people are going to be on him. See, people always ask me, am I going to do projected ownership? And this is the reason I don't know why, or if I can. I don't know how these sites project ownership. I really don't. Because I mean, in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking like, wow, Tony Parker is an amazing play. You get a cheap point guard who puts up good numbers against the Nuggets historically. But then you have John Wall, Kyrie Irving, Eric Bledsoe on the stack, and I'm like, well, is he going to be chalky? I don't know. So I always wonder about that. But I like Tony Parker a lot. I think he's in all 3 of my lineups that I've made today. And then you have Ricky Rubio against the Clippers. Could be in play. He's been playing well and no Chris Paul defense. Look out for that. Kyrie Irving now gets a huge usage bump without Kevin Love in there. I like a Kyrie and LeBron stack. Although, jumping forward to LeBron real quick, he has been actually very subpar against the what the hell they're called? Damn it. fucking Phoenix Suns. Damn it. I think his last 3 games he's had about 35 points on average. And at $10,000, that's only 3.5 times value. So be wary about that. Kevin Love is out. Obviously, that bumps his usage, but something to keep in mind. Eric Bledsoe obviously is on the road where he struggles more than Kyrie. But I do believe he put up 40 points, 45 points against the Cavs last time. So look out for those. People asking about the updated sheet. Yes, I am. I'm going to try and get the show done in 30 minutes so I can get that out. Obviously, on my other computer here, I'm working on the sheet as we talk. I'm running some optimals. Obviously, Porzingis out. Noah is not in the optimals. And Kevin Love is out. Let me see. Bam. Also, I have slates. I'm going to send out, depending on how much time it takes, probably going to send out 2 sets of sheets. One just getting today's done, and then tomorrow or later today regarding the other slates, because obviously those don't start as soon. John Wall's my favorite point guard of the night, but be wary. I think he'll be chalky. Although with Love out, Kyrie may get some more playing, and that could take people off of Wall, which I would actually prefer. I'm more than happy to not have Wall be chalk. Shooting guards. All right, my shooting guards I'm targeting here is Denver and San Antonio. Both teams are terrible against shooting guards, and I actually don't think this game will be a blowout as many are predicting. Denver's been better of late, doesn't really worry me. But San Antonio has not been good at all. They're now in the bottom 10. Wes Matthews, Seth Curry. I actually like Wes Matthews a little more. He's been playing small forward, so is Dion Waiters. And Dion Waiters' defense is no defense, so watch out for Wes Matthews. Will Barton, I love. Gary Harris is already out. Will should see over 30 minutes easily. And then out of the San Antonio shooting guards, give me Manu Ginobili. He's a better points per minute player. And same price, I think he's going to come off the bench. I don't know entirely how that'll affect him, but I like Manu a little more. Shout out to my mom. She made that soup. That's amazing. Love you, Mom. Yeah, I know. 4:30 Express. I will. I'll be on there. Like I said, I'll get these out as soon as I can. JJ Redick going against Minnesota, who actually hasn't been terrible. They've actually been really, really good against shooting guards. And I'm not 100% sure why. I'm going to watch this game tonight. And the only reason I say that is Zach LaVine historically is a really, really bad defender. So why that number is so good against shooting guards, I'm not sure. So I'm going to watch the game, and I just kind of want to see. He even mentioned that for Tom Thibodeau's birthday, I think it was a couple games ago, he was saying how the best present he could give him was playing defense. So even Zach LaVine knows he's not a good defender. I'm not entirely sure why they're so good, but JJ Redick could be a sneaky play. I'm sure he goes up a little bit without Chris Paul. So look out for that. Another game to target shooting guards is Cleveland and Phoenix. Both teams are pretty bad against them. I like Devin Booker a lot. Devin Booker, I believe, put up like 42 FanDuel points last time. And going up against Iman Shumpert or Kyle Korver, whoever it is, doesn't really matter. Devin Booker also plays great on the road. He's in Cleveland. I like him. I like Devin Booker more than Eric Bledsoe in this game, too, as well, if you're trying to decide. I mean, you can do a stack easily, but if you're trying to decide between the two, Devin Booker is the play. Devin Booker and Will Barton are my 2 favorite shooting guards on the slate. You'll see them in a lot of my lineups tonight. Brad Beal, also in consideration, however, hasn't done great on back-to-backs. I was looking at that last night, and last time against New York, he didn't even do good. I believe he only had about 20 points, so definitely watch out for that. Booker's my favorite play. Courtney Lee off the bench, I believe, is coming off now. That could be a sneaky play as well. He had 30 points yesterday, but beware of some point chasing there. Don't expect those same numbers. I apologize if I'm going too fast as well. It is not going to be like this every day. This just happened to be because last night I didn't get a show in, and I'm rushing my ass home. I rushed my ass home from court today to get this show in so I could get one up for you guys. I'm also working on the optimals as I speak right now. While eating my soup. Porzingis is playing. Oh shit. Well, that changes things. I believe he's going to be at the center. Where are you guys seeing this? I haven't gotten any notification about Porzingis playing, but if that's the case, I like him at center. But I also like Gortat a little more as well because the Knicks have been terrible against power forwards, and that's Porzingis. So moving him to center, I don't see much resistance for Gortat. And I liked Gortat already, but now I like him even more. Small forward. Okay, so here's the thing with Harrison Barnes. He's playing power forward. Miami hasn't been... They've been average against power forwards. Again, I said I like Wes Matthews more because he's going to be playing small forward. So, if I'm picking someone from Dallas on the wings, it's going to be Wes Matthews. I'm not really looking at Harrison Barnes. Miami's a wasteland, not touching that. And Gallinari, I'm not touching either. Not looking at that. Kawhi's definitely in play, especially if Gallo has a bad ankle, which I believe that's what it was. Sorry, I'm all over the place, I know. Gallo. Where are we at? Yeah, Gallo has a bad ankle. I don't think there's any resistance for Kawhi there. He might be chalk. I actually really like Andrew Wiggins tonight. I prefer to spend down at small forward, and so my two favorite plays are going to be Andrew Wiggins and Otto Porter. And if you're looking at value, watch for TJ Warren. TJ Warren's minutes have been decent. Let me pull them up for you. Over the last 5, 31, 26, 28, 27, and 24. Cleveland is awful against small forwards recently. They're giving up the most points to small forwards in the last 5 games. So, watch for TJ Warren. I don't think he'll be high owned. Oh, yep. Kristaps Porzingis is playing. Interesting. Okay. I'm not touching Zingas. You guys can have him. But he is playing. Adjust lineups accordingly. TJ Warren. Watch out for him. I like him. A sneaky play. LeBron James, I think he's going to be chalk. I mean, he has a reputation, deservedly so. I'm fading him completely. I don't have him in any lineups whatsoever. I know the optimals had LeBron James. However, I have tweaked mine to my liking. Kuz from New York. I don't know how... So, watch out for him. Obviously, with Zingas playing, that's going to shift some things. I think... Actually, I don't know. I don't know if Zingas is going to start at the center. Or if they're going to go with Melo at 3 and that takes Kuz out of the lineup. And honestly, I don't have any confirmation right now, so I'm not going to lead you guys one way or the other. But I know Kuzmingas is a very chalky play tonight. I can tell you that much just by he's won a point chaser. He's been going off. To his value, he's still under 4,000. So again, I like Otto Porter a lot. So I'm gonna go mid range at small forward with Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter, and then if I spend up, I'm gonna go a Kawhi TJ Warren stack. So need to make some money tonight. Shit, you and I both, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try and have what's 301. Okay, I'm gonna try and get these optimals out in the next 30 minutes, so that way you guys have a chance to adjust and edit lineups. Obviously, as more injury news comes out, this is kind of a adrenaline rush here, man. This like all this injury news coming out, trying to get a show in, trying to adjust these lineups. Kind of like it. Dirk, I love Dirk tonight. Dirk should be going up against Hassan Whiteside. He plays center. Hassan Whiteside defense, as we know, is no defense. Dirk, I like. Also like James Johnson, but not as much. Remember, Harrison Barnes will be playing the 4. Harrison Barnes is a better defender than Dirk is, so that number, where's it at? Dallas right here. They're really good against power forwards. It makes sense. And eating, yeah. But James Johnson's been balling, man. He's been hitting 5 times value. He hit 5 times value every game last week. Was it this week, last week? I don't know, whatever. I saw some numbers. Basically, he's been on a roll. So 30 points is not out of the question for him. But I caution you to limit your expectations. His price has risen based on what he's done, and he is going up against one of the better defensive players, or the better, not defensive, just trash that. Never mind. Harrison Barnes is a better defender than he's played, but Seth Curry is starting at shooting guard. Jokic, again, he is pricey, man. 9,400. I'm fading that. I'm not touching that. I think San Antonio shuts him down today. I know he went off last time, but Pop can shut anyone he wants down. That's why I said I like Will Barton a lot, and that's pretty much it from that game. I'm not touching Moutier. And Fareed is in a good position if he gets the minutes. This is what's hurts. God damn it. We never know what Denver's rotation. Kenneth Fareed, like I said, is in a great position if he gets his minutes, but is he going to get his minutes? 5,600 is a perfectly doable price for him. Great points per minutes player. All he does is dunk and play defense, but never know. LaMarcus Aldridge, I like a lot. I think Aldridge can do his thing tonight. He's a little pricey, and he's inconsistent, so watch out. But I'm going to have Aldridge in a lineup or two. I'm not chasing Maurice Spates. I'm not really a fan of him. He's inconsistent in what he does. Gorgie Dang he's definitely a GPP player. You never know what you're getting from Georgie, but there's no one on LA to stop him. So if Gorgie decides, if Gorgie decides to do his thing, no one's going to stop Gorgie Dang in LA. Has a good price tag. I can definitely get behind that pick. Kevin Love, as we know, is out. Chris, I believe, had 30-something points against Cleveland last time. I don't know how I feel about him. He has really, really, really bad foul trouble. When I mean bad, like you guys think Jokic is bad. Chris gets into foul trouble every single game. He's one of the top foulers in the league, if I'm not mistaken. So be wary on Chris, but his price tag definitely makes that risk doable, because if he does flake on you and he only gets you 10 points, you're surviving. You saw how people cashed with Kyle O'Quinn last night. Similar situation here, and Chris is even less. So you see it's possible to cash with a dud. If you're going to have that dud, you want it at the low price range. So upside is there, but I caution you with his foul trouble. Obviously, Zingis is in now. Again, I'm not going to touch him. You guys can have him if you want. I like Markieff Morris already as well. Do I have a lineup for today? I have a preliminary one. I have a preliminary couple, actually. I drew up 3 earlier. But obviously news is coming out, so I don't know. I got to go back and look at them. I'm going to run some new optimals, things like that. Again, I do like Markieff Morris, so watch out for him. He's a very volatile player, too, and also struggles with foul trouble. Here's something I'm going to try tonight as well. High powered actually brings up a great point. I seem to, and I don't know why, have very good luck on late night stacks. Oftentimes I either recover or I grow my money on late night stacks. I'm not sure why. And on top of that, my late night stacks score higher than my main slate. So what I'm going to do is, now that we have all the slates out, I'm actually going to build, and I think I'm going to look at the late night one, not after hours. I'm going to look at that Washington, New York, and Denver, San Antonio slate. And I'm probably going to throw the lineup I make just out of those two games in the main slate. So I don't know why, but like I said, I seem to have better luck stacking two games only instead of spreading it out. I'm going to try it tonight. I'm going to throw one of those in a main lineup and just see how I do. Consistently get over about 320, 315 on the late night slate. And so, I mean, Minnesota, LA, and Denver, San Antonio is a doable one as well, but I'd like more Washington, New York. And the express one, I believe, is Dallas, Miami, Washington, New York. I can get behind that one as well. Like I said, I mentioned with Seth Curry, Wes Matthews, James Johnson, Dirk. So I'm going to try it. Like I said, I'll throw out the optimals for you guys on the email list. And, I mean, feel free to try it as well. At center tonight, Hassan Whiteside, my favorite play. No question about it, going up against Dirk defense. You're doing what I already do. Yeah, so Hassan Whiteside going up against Dirk. I'm fitting him in almost all my lineups. Any lineup that doesn't have Hassan is going to have Gortat. No question about that for me. Those are my two favorite centers, only two I'm looking at. Nurkic, no thank you. He's gotten 8 minutes, 6 minutes, and 8 minutes the last 3 games. I know without said players out, his usage could go up, and he's a super cheap price. I'm good. I'm not going to chance it on that. He's out of favor completely on that team. DeAndre Jordan, I worry. I don't know how I feel about him without CP3. I don't know how the assist numbers are for Felton and Rivers. Again, I just haven't done enough research into that game. I just haven't had a chance to today. So I caution you. Me personally, I'm going to spend up $500 more to Hassan Whiteside. But Karl-Anthony Towns is finally over 10K. Well deserved. Dude's a beast. But you guys can have that. I'm not going to take him. Ugh. Hey, thank you, David. Again, if you guys have any hockey, if you guys like playing hockey, hit up David. Dude's a hockey expert. David, also, if you're interested, when the site's up, you're going to be writing for it. I would love to have you. You can be the hockey expert. How much is the membership cost? There is no membership right now. However, starting February, and that is still going forward, guys, I just wanted to remind you, that is going forward. February, there will be a charge for those of you already on the sheet. So you have what's today, the 19th? You have about 11 days to get on the email sheet if you're not already on there. Those of you on the email sheet will be grandfathered in for a very cheap price. We're looking at $250 a month up until the end, or there'll be an even cheaper discount if you want to pay up until the end of basketball season. And I'm going to charge by season. I'm not going to do just a straight year like some of these other sites, because I personally am not 100% confident in my ability to project baseball right now. And for me, it is unfair and bad business to charge for something that I'm not myself confident in. So, with that said, we'll charge up until the end of basketball, and then once baseball is good to go, once our projections are set, we're actively working on those, then we will bring the charge back for baseball. But up until that point, once basketball's over, and if we haven't gotten baseball ready by then, no charge for baseball. So, I just feel like that's the right business move to do. $250 a month, $2.50, not $250. And again, it's only for you guys that are already on the list. I didn't want to make it seem like I was giving you guys the shaft. I know that there was some hostility about, why can't you just grandfather us in for free? And besides legal reasons, which I'm not going to get into on the show, I've already talked to lawyers about that. But Yeah, $2.50 a month. For those of you that are already following me on the email list, again, you have to be on the email list. I have no way of checking subscribers, but $2.50 a month for those of you already riding with me, because I know and I respect and appreciate that I'm not here without you guys already supporting me. And I feel like that's a very fair and doable price. You're looking at definitely a lot more, or a lot cheaper price than you're going to get anywhere else. And then the newbies that come on after that will get a little higher price, but it's going to be lower than any other site as well. We're looking at about $9.99. So, Andre, there's a link in the description. If you see right that way, right next to the Fantasy Phenom, seeing in the description right below, link for the Google group. Get in that. So again, the newbies, and then they'll pay a little higher price. But all right, let's finish this out. Tristan Thompson could be in play. Tyson Chandler defense hasn't been great. Watch for that. On the flip side, Tyson Chandler's getting some love, I'm seeing. I'm not really high on him. I just don't think that he has a great game today. Not touching any of the Knicks centers. No, thank you. And then I said Gortat's my second favorite center. So, let me bring up these projections here. And just a heads up. Yes, if you were on the email list when it was Sports War, you are still on the email list. However, be sure to check your spam folder, because I know that some people have not been getting the emails, and it makes 100% sense because I'm under a new email now, Fantasy Phenom. And anytime what Google does, especially Gmail, anytime it recognizes that an email is being sent out to a large number of people, which Google Groups is a subscription essentially, it'll automatically place it in spam. And you have to go and remove my email from your spam list. So make sure you check that out. And then a couple things, and I just want to hit on this. Right now I'm showing the projections. Once February hits, they won't be shown on videos anymore, because obviously videos are free. Projections and whatnot is what you're going to pay for. And also I'm going to ask, because I want the Facebook page to remain open to the entire community and free, I'm going to ask that those of you that are paying and those of you that are free do not share projections and optimals in the Facebook group. Just, out of courtesy to me, obviously, I don't want to have to create a new Facebook group just for paid members, but we'll see where that gets to. What about Fry? Fry could be a sneaky play. Referral reward, we can talk about that. I'm interested. But yeah, thank you again for all of you guys tuning in with me. So let's look at, this is one of my favorite tools to use when I have these sheets, is I look by projected value. So I love doing that. Let me hide these. Essentially what this is this is the value that a player is projected to bring back. Marquise Chris is your highest projected player tonight for value, meaning his projection of 23 points is projected to bring back over 6 times value at 6.37. Tony Parker is projected right next at 29 points. So, and then Manu Ginobili, as I mentioned, Seth Curry, all these guys that I like, right? So, here, let's just do this. Look at my player pool. And again, these are my 5 favorite plays from each position. Tony Parker, Eric Bledsoe, Darren Williams, John Wall, Kyrie Irving. 5 favorite point guards. I can guarantee you that John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, and Tony Parker are my 3 favorite guys. They are the only 3 point guards I have in any lineup as of right now. Looking at shooting guard, Manu, Will Barton, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, JJ Redick. I mentioned Booker, my favorite shooting guard of the night, and then Will Barton. I actually only have those 2 shooting guards in every single lineup so far. TJ Warren, I mentioned I like his value, what he can do. Over 5 times value projected tonight. LeBron James, again, based on past history, he has a nice projection. But I caution you, this projection doesn't take into account the previous Phoenix games, which he has struggled with. But he is LeBron James. He always has the ability to go off. So watch out for LeBron. I love Otto Porter, and I love Andrew Wiggins, and then Kawhi. And I mentioned Otto Porter, Andrew Wiggins, or Kawhi Leonard, TJ Warren. That's where I'm going with my small forwards. Those are the 2 combos I'll be running out. At power forward, I love Dirk, Morris is in play. Not my favorite. James Johnson, Dang, and Aldridge. Dirk is in every single one of my lineups. I love Dirk tonight. Going up against Hassan Whiteside, I don't see Hassan even coming close to Dirk, especially with Dirk's perimeter ability. And then you'll see either Morris, Johnson, Dang, or Aldridge sprinkled in with him. And then I told you Gortat and Whiteside are the only two centers I'm running out. But Thompson, Towns, and Jordan are my next three favorite. However, I prefer Gortat and Whiteside. So that sums up that. What I'm going to do now is I am going to finish up these spreadsheets. Give me about 15 minutes, and I will get the new ones out with the new optimals. And I am going to also, I should be able to get, if I can get it done in the next 15 minutes, I should be able to get all the slates on this set of spreadsheets. So stick with me. I appreciate you guys sticking with me all day. I apologize. If I can do this more often, I will. But I will see you guys in Facebook and on Twitter and all that stuff. I'll see you guys.